Hello, how y'all doing, man? Welcome back. We are doing a timeless reading today. Yep, as per the usual, I am going to timestamp below when the tarot portion actually starts because we are going to be talking about the astrology. The only download I got, given it's only been about a day, is Achilles, and to me that attributes to, I don't know, weak spots. What weaknesses do you feel like you have to work on? And this lines up perfectly with what we're talking about astrologically. So again, I'm going to have the chart here, and I'm going to have the transits here, and we are going to go ahead and talk about what is happening today. So the main thing sticking out for me today, if you take a look at the chart at the bottom of the transit section, we have Chiron conjuncting both the Sun and Jupiter. So conjunctions are essentially stress between two energies, right? And the interesting thing about it is if you take a look at the top where we have the Sun is also conjuncting Jupiter, and it is also squaring the Moon and then squaring Pluto. And to me, it just feels like this really big collective shadow work energy. It's a very dense and heavy energy. I feel like as we do have Pluto in Aquarius, you know, we are working through a lot. Is it Aquarius? I'm so sorry. It is in Aquarius, is it not? Yeah. So it's like we are essentially working through a lot of really deep spiritual aspects, both shadowy and collective, internal and external. I hope I'm making sense. I'm a little bit tired myself today because these energies are a little heavy, right? But it's just mostly what I wanted to tap into is this whole Chiron thing going on with the Sun and Jupiter. Right? I feel like this is something you may be seeing reflected externally to you. I think this is something where this could just be people close to you. This could be friends, family, neighbors, partners. You can notice people to be a little more, I wouldn't even say in their shadow element, but I feel like right now in this particular energy that we're reading for, even though this is timeless, it's this energy of people really being forced to look at their shadow, right? And so if you're not somebody who is consistently doing the work, then this is the type of energy that's you're going to see that reflected back to you, so that way you can be prompted to do the work. If you're already doing the work and you're already, you know, I mean, the people I read for, we do our shadow work, we take care of our stuff, we don't really sit here and waste time doing that kind of stuff. I don't feel like it's going to be too much of an issue, because if you want to take a look at Lilith down at the bottom, we also have that trine in Chiron. So it's like, even though we're seeing a lot of this shadowy energy, both on the, I guess, individual level and the collective level, we're having our shadow self is working with that energy. It's working with our wounding. Our wounding is essentially, trying to figure out a way to explain this, but it's this energy where it's like I'm seeing the wounding as your inner child, right? And then I'm seeing Lilith as like your very protective feminine energy, essentially making sure that your inner child is being taken care of, and that you're healing the things that you need to heal, doing things that make you feel comfortable, right? Showing up in the world in a way that doesn't always have to be so extroverted. I feel like right now this is a very introverted internal energy with the Sun squaring the Moon. There's a lot of pressure between how we feel and how the world sees us and how we show up in the world, and how we, I guess like your rising sign would be more how you present yourself or how people perceive you. But the Sun is just your very general overall energy. And given the fact that it's like there's a lot of conflict between your internal world and your external world, that's where I feel like this whole Chiron and Lilith energy is coming in. It's to get you to find balance between those two, so that way everything actually comes to fruition, right? The Sun conjuncting Jupiter, that's the pressure that I'm seeing, the internal and the external within your own experience, maybe not looking the way you want it to. And so this energy right now is getting you to look at the ways that you may be keeping yourself stuck, getting you to look at the ways you may be holding yourself back, and really just being honest with how you're feeling surrounding your current circumstances. This energy is really, really good for you to figure out ways to reinvent yourself, right? Pluto and Aquarius. What ways can you reinvent the way you're going about your own personal reality? Right, we're going to be having Pluto here in Aquarius for a few more months, and then once it actually finally does finally moves back into Aquarius, it's going to be for like a long amount of time. It's like maybe like 20 years or something crazy like that, right? It's a really long amount of time. And it's one of those things where we're getting a quick snapshot of what this energy is going to look like before it goes retrograde back into Capricorn. And it's nearing the end of the cycle, right? I mean, it's going to be moving into Pisces and then back into Aries. And so this energy here, along with Saturn being in Pisces, this is that really big push that's going to get you to really take a deep look at how you're showing up in the world. I just keep getting this energy of like, how am I showing up in the world? We have Mars trining Saturn as well, right? And it's this energy of like, how can I take action in a way that's going to be very organized, very similar to the energy we got yesterday, putting plans to your actions, but making sure that you're taking into account everything that you're feeling, your emotions, your needs, your wants, your wounding, but also considering the people around you and making sure you're not just going head on, making decisions, like stepping on people's toes without recognizing that you're doing that. I feel like this is a really good time to focus on your community and what ways can you give to your community and receive from your community. Community doesn't always have to be immediate. This could also be like online communities. This could be, I don't know, like just maybe you go to a certain like group. Maybe there's a group that you belong to. Like, I don't know, there's so many kinds of groups. Like, I don't even know how to get into that. Aside from the point, I think you're getting the gist of it. I'm going to go ahead and take it over to the tarot portion. I'm going to have that time stamped below. And yeah, we're just going to hop in. If you want to book a personal, okay, I have a new way to say it because I've been watching my videos and I realize I'm a little redundant. So if you want to book a personal reading, watch the extended videos or listen to my music. All of the links are in the description. If not, that is all good. We're just going to be tapping in today. I give thanks to my guides, angels, and ancestors for any messages that you have for us today, for our life, love, and relationships, for anything we need to see here and know, for a timeless reading. All right, keep in mind that even though these are timeless, they can resonate. I don't know what I was going to say. They can resonate anytime you watch them because they are timeless. So even though I am doing this for a particular day, and there are particular energies that we are tapping into, they can really resonate at any time. So we're going to be starting out using the Hieronymus Bosch deck today. First card out is we have the Wayfarer. This is the Fool in this deck. Let's see, we also have the Baron of Coins. We have the King of Coins. Maybe I can do it like this so I can read it better. We have the King of Coins. I just took the... Oh. We have, I can't even read that, the Knight of Skates. We have the Page of Berries. We have the Surgeon. And we have the Sin of Sloth. Let's tap in. What have we got coming out for this today? I really do feel like a big financial energy right now. I feel like this is a good time to focus on your finances. Like this whole Knight of Skates has to do with finding direction, right? It says here, finding direction, assertiveness, and taming internal fear. I feel like you're in a space where you're being forced to move in a particular direction based on actions you've taken in the past. So it's like you're being, pushed in a particular direction to take action towards a particular path that you have been on, or this is you reevaluating what you've been investing in. Yeah, because the Surgeon here says health, removal of blockages and unnecessary worry. And then Sloth is laziness, sleep tiredness, rest and relaxation, and home life. Given the fact that we have this really intense shadowy energy we're working through right now, I feel like this is a good time to rest and relax and focus on your home life. Like I know for me, like I really want to try to rearrange my room, just something really small, like just move where my bed is. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. It's like I feel like would be good to focus on. I feel like changing your surroundings and controlling what you can is going to help you feel more in control of the things that you can't control. It's going to give you a sense of direction when you essentially change your external reality to the point where it's in your control. That's going to allow you to see things differently. So maybe instead of doing the same thing every day or every week, maybe you have a particular restaurant that you like to eat at, or maybe you have a particular schedule that you have within your day. Maybe it's just changing something small. And I feel like those small changes will have long-lasting impacts for your own perspective surrounding the future. And I think more than anything, it's just being really cautious of how you're spending your resources. I could go ahead and say money because we do have Baron of Coins and King of Coins, but to me it feels like just going back to that like time management energy from yesterday, right? How are you managing your time? Where are you investing your time? What does your schedule look like? Can you make time for the things that you love in a world that is so fast-paced, in a world that asks us to be busy and productive all the time? Can you find something to do that's not going to just be for making money or for building a business or all the things that we do talk about a lot? I feel like this is a good time to find ways to nourish your inner child. I feel like the inner child is really coming through strong today with the Chiron, Sun, and Jupiter energy, right? Especially with Chiron and Lilith. This is really deep wounding that can go back further than just, inner child. This could go back to like generations. This is ancestral stuff that we could be working through together, right? And I feel like there's a need to find some kind of direction from there. It's like not doing things just to do them, but knowing why you're doing them is basically what I'm picking up on here. I'd like to go ahead and clarify this just in general. Let's get some more cards pulled here. Yeah, it's interesting too. We have the node squaring the moon, moon being in Capricorn. Your north node, if you know anything about the nodes, your north node, people say has a lot to do with your life path and the lessons you're here to learn. Your south node has to do with your past lives and things that you have already been very good at, right? So for me, I have Capricorn north node, and it's always going to be the axis, right? And I have Cancer south node. So Cancer being a very deeply feminine energy, I'm very well versed in essentially like being in a somewhat feminine energy. That makes sense. Not even really gender specific. And then with the North Node Capricorn, which is why I'm doing all of the things I'm doing now that you see me doing, because I'm trying to step into that energy. And I do have a lot of Capricorn placements, and so it's something where I'm really trying to work on my own stability and organization and essentially just taking a lot of things seriously. And but not too seriously, right? Aside from the point, clarifying card, we have temptation. Says a desire, sex, passion, and greed. I feel like clarifying this entire energy, I feel like you may be tempted to take shortcuts. We talked about this before. You may be tempted to go in a particular direction because it looks good on paper, or like involve yourself in a particular friend group because you think it makes you look a certain way. But it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like these cards here, especially the Surgeon and Temptation, it's kind of telling you that it's like you've got what it takes to stand on your own 2 feet, right? You have what it takes to stand on your own 2 feet with these cards here. It's like, even though there are a lot of things tempting you and asking you to do this, it might also just be a lot of people asking things of you at this time. And I feel like you may just be in this energy where you're almost kind of, it's almost like a very hermit type of energy, where it's like it's like before you're about to go on like a big road trip or something, and you're taking a little bit of time to, organize your thoughts and get everything packed and ready to go. It's that kind of energy where I don't feel like you've waited until the last minute. That's not the type of energy. It's this energy here where I feel like you're very well prepared, and you're not necessarily, it's almost like this energy too where I feel like you're taking on a lot for yourself, and there's a need to open yourself up to help from other people. It's kind of what I'm seeing with this here Page of Berries, right? This is somebody who accepts help from a friend, even though this person doesn't gain anything in return, right? This crow here, there's not necessarily anything this person here giving this fruit to the crow is gaining other than the joy of giving to another person. And I feel like this has to do with you giving to yourself. This has a lot to do with you needing to take that time to rest and relax, because these new paths that we've been reading for, if you're not already on them, are going to require a lot. And I feel like that's a big reason why you have to go through what you go through, because when you manifest these new possibilities and opportunities and you're on the new timeline, it's going to require a lot. It's more responsibility. It's going to require more time and more energy and investment from you. And so this is a really good time to find that balance between going full on and taking some time to rest and recuperate. You know what I mean? It's a really easy for us to get caught up in trying to do so much for everybody else. Queen of Coins here. When in reality, we do need to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Ace of Vessels. It's that need to focus on your emotional stability, focus on that emotional fulfillment. Like, it's okay to give to other people and to help other people, but if you're not giving to yourself and you're just pouring and pouring and pouring, but you're not giving back into yourself, eventually you're going to deplete. You know what I mean? And there's a need to really take care of yourself right now. I feel like there's a need for you to really focus on just the home, or rest, relax, like make a nice dinner for yourself, put something on, you know, whatever you watch. If you are watching this reading to relax, like, thank you for choosing me. But you know what I mean? Like, do something relaxing. Do something that you feel like is going to bring you back into that balanced space. Let's go ahead and pull from another deck. Let's see. And then we'll probably end this reading here. I'm not even sure if I'm going to take this over to an extended. I still need to put out the extended from yesterday. I haven't edited the video. I'm still trying to figure out a way to organize it to where I need to just like wake up earlier, honestly. I don't even wake up that late, but it's like I know if I woke up earlier, I would have time to edit the videos. But sometimes I just kind of run out of time, where I'm just like, I'll have like a little bit of time and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna relax, just gonna chill a little bit. So I gotta edit the video. But we're going to go and pull from the Mystical Cats Tarot, and we got a stack. So bottom of the deck, we have the Earth Kitten reverse. This came up today in the short video. We have Ace of Wands, we have Grace, we have the Priest, the World, Earth Tom reversed, Nine of Wands, Sea Tom, and Ten of Wands reversed. So a lot of these cards did come out today, not all of them. There's a combination of cards that came out today in the short video and cards that came out in the last reading. Most of these cards came out in the reverse, and I'm guessing just by the way I shuffled them, some of them were stuck together, but I don't really feel like that makes a difference, because if they were meant to come out, they would come out. And given the fact that we're working through this energy that we picked up on yesterday, I feel like you're coming out of that energy from yesterday. It's like you're coming out on top after a difficult period. Right? Whatever cycle it is that you've been healing from, I feel like has been worked through. I don't feel like it's like, I feel like you like really embody the lessons now. You don't just learn the lessons and then you're completely done. I feel like you learn what you need to learn and you put that into practice, right? And it's just one of those things where I feel like you're just ready to go, right? You have the Priest, we have Grace, and we have Ace of Wands. It's like you're ready to really step out there. I feel like you are ready to put yourself out there. This is something that's been coming up as well. And I feel like you've moved through these issues with grace. Not even issues, but these lessons. Like you've done a lot for yourself, man. You've built a lot for yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of solid people that want to support you in that process. I know some of these messages are getting a little repetitive based on the ones that we got yesterday, but it's just very simple. It's like I'm seeing the progress from yesterday is what it feels like to me. And I feel like that's because you're either opening yourself up to new opportunities, like more and more each day, or it's like each day you're slowly but surely seeing the new opportunities coming in. What exactly, I want to see what this new opportunity is, right? Because I see Sea Tom, we have the World, Nine of Wands, but then we also have Ten of Wands reverse and Earth Tom reverse, and I feel like that's because you're gaining clarity on something that didn't work out. Kind of also the message coming through in the short video, gaining clarity on something that didn't work out in the past. I'd like to understand exactly what this whole new opportunity is here for us. What is this whole World, Sea Tom? We have Earth Kitten reverse. So bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Wands. We got the Five of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like this is an opportunity for you to overcome some challenges, man. Honestly, like, this could be a conversation coming in for you, honestly. Sky Kitten and then Eight of Wands. This could be some kind of communication about some kind of situation here, right? I feel like this is an opportunity for you to heal from something that didn't work. Something that kind of fell out, something that fell through. Just accepting that, very similar to yesterday. Moving through that process one day at a time, being gentle with yourself, not holding yourself to too high of standards, making sure you're being realistic about how you move through this healing process and understanding that it's something that it's just one step at a time, one day at a time. This isn't something that you can rush, but for the new stuff coming in, it's also not something that can be stopped. And so I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like you're walking over a bridge, and as you're walking through the bridge, pieces of the bridge are falling off, right? And so like once you get to this new space, you're going to be looking back, and there may be people back there on the other side of the bridge that decided not to come with you, right? But then you're going to be greeted by a whole new group of people. And that's also kind of what I'm seeing here. And it's like the new opportunity, whatever it is that's coming in, it's the opportunity for you to overcome these challenges, possibly with somebody new or a new group of people. It's kind of what it feels like, man. I feel like these are going to be people that reflect all of your healing back to you because you're consistently doing the work. It's really what it feels like to me. Let's get some final advice. I don't think I'm going to take this over to an extended today. I'm likely going to post the extended from yesterday today. So we're going to go ahead and get some final advice. We have Ace of Pentacles. We have Two of Cups reverse. I feel like you just need to be willing to open yourself up to love again. If you're feeling very closed off to love because you're just really, really focused on this new maybe financial endeavor, I feel like there's a need to really open yourself up to love again, if you haven't already. I think that's a final advice here. Like, as you're overcoming these challenges, don't let these things that you've gone through stop you from these things. I feel like there's something coming in here. Again, we keep picking up on this new thing coming in here. And again, I feel like this is somebody who's going to help you heal from the things you've been through. You know, the people that hurt us don't always have to be the people that heal us. Sometimes new people come in to help us heal from things we've been through, right? I'm going to leave it there. I am going to post the extended from yesterday on today's Patreon. So if you do want to book a personal reading, see the extended videos, or listen to my music, all of that is going to be in the description. With that said, man, I will never contact you for a reading in any way, shape, or form. The only way to book a reading is to DM me or send me an email on... No, DM me on Instagram or send me an email. Can you tell I'm really hungry? I'm like really hungry. So I'm probably going to go eat because I'm like super starving. But that said, I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Goodbye.